Everyone, how are you? Happy Saturday. I haven't done a live in a while, but it's the first of the month, so you know we're going to talk about some stuff here. So if you did not catch, I already posted the Spellbinders Glimmer of the Month for July, and also the Spellbinders 3D embossing folder of the month. I do believe that they may sell out pretty quickly. Hey Diana, how are you? Trying to turn my chat on so I can see everything. And I just got done filming the wax seal of the month. And if you didn't catch the theme, it's time to start making Christmas cards, right? So wax seal of the month is called Poinsettia Joy. And these are the wax seals I just made in that video. So it is uploading. You will have it by this afternoon. So you will see the Glimmer of the Month, 3D embossing folder of the month, wax seal of the month, and now we're going to play with live the Betterpress of the month. So yeah, so pretty. I'm good, Diana. My kitchen is mostly done. So I actually cooked my first, meal, breakfast today out of my kitchen, which was nice. So yeah, I'm excited. Here is the card I made with the Glimmer of the Month and the 3D embossing folder of the month. So you'll want to watch that video. It came out much better than I anticipated. And before you ask, I'm not telling you to do this, but yes, I did try it in the Betterpress. So just be careful. Spellbinders doesn't want you breaking your machines or your Betterpress. I did this at my own risk, but yes, I did take the Glimmer of the Month plate and foil it and Betterpress it. So I'm just saying it's not something recommended by Spellbinders. But if your machine isn't too overly tight, then you might be able to try this. So that came out beautifully. And let's talk about this Betterpress of the Month Club. So, hi Melissa, Betterpress of the Month is brand new. This is the first month. If you are not a club member with anything Spellbinders, then you are going to have to wait until the 6th to sign up. If you are a Spellbinders club member, then you can go and sign up right away. I'm going to have my links for you guys. These are a value sell and they are limited edition. So what I mean by that is once it's sold out, you won't be able to get it. So you want to be a club member so that you can guarantee to get it. So these plates are selling for around $30, $35 around there. The club kit is selling this for $25. So keep in mind too, one thing I keep saying is that you guys, you can use these for foiling. So even if you are not interested in the Betterpress or the Letterpress, but you are into hot foiling, you can get the Glimmer of the Month and this and use it for foiling. So you guys know I love my foiling. The Betterpress is coming up close second, though. I will say I've had a lot of fun playing with it. But you don't have to do Betterpress to use this. You can use it for foiling. Okay, and I am going to be showing some videos where you don't have to have the Betterpress machine. It does make things a lot easier, I think. The inks are pretty neat. I will say that the more and more I play with the inks, the more I am getting used to how they work. But you could just get this frame. It's a 2-piece. This is called the Poinsettia frame. And every month it's going to change. It's going to be limited edition. And you can cancel at any time, you guys. So remember, you can use this in the Letterpress, the Betterpress machine. You can use it for hot foiling. It's $25. It's limited edition. And if you don't want to do it anymore, I show my videos at the first of every month. You can cancel at any time, okay? So Nancy, be quiet and show us what we're doing here. Okay, so in the wax seal of the month, you're actually going to get the wax seals and you're going to get the beads, 100 beads. In the Betterpress of the month, this is all you're going to get. You're going to get whatever is in here. If there are dies, I'm assuming you would get the dies. Like if this had a die to cut it out, just like Glimmer of the Month, I'm assuming you would get that. But this is the first month, so we'll have to wait and see. But this is a 2-piece set. And you're going to get this Poinsettia frame And you're going to get this Merry Christmas sentiment. And I know someone's going to ask, yes, we're going to foil it. So I already have my glimmer here ready to go. So I'm going to put this on the glimmer. And we're going to start with foiling it. Let's do it all in one pass. Let's do the sentiment and the frame. So we're going to foil it first because the machine's already warmed up and ready to go. I want to advise you guys now to get this early because it did sell out last year. So if you don't already have it, this is the Glimmer Foil Variety Pack, and this one is called Christmas Sparkle. And you're going to get a red glitter sparkle hot foil. You're going to get a matte gold hot foil. You're also going to get a gold and silver kind of sequins foil, okay? So this did sell out pretty quickly last year, so if you are starting your holiday cards, you might want to stock up on this. I use this. It comes in handy a lot. And you get all 4 glimmer foils in there. So those are hot foils. So while we are waiting, I'm going to get my sandwich set up here. There's my plate. There's my sentiment. I'm going to start with the red. And I just have some hammer mill paper cut down. And this is a pretty big plate, so I think we're going to end up covering... Yeah, it's going to go edge to edge, A2 size. Okay, it says it's ready to go. Let's press the button. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Yvonne. How's everybody's Saturday? We have that wildfire smoke back here, so we'll be hanging out in the house today. I was trying to go fishing, but that's not going to happen. I also wanted to let you guys know I did stock up and buy the rest of the Betterpress ink, so I have all 8 colors now. And I went and bought all of the re-inkers, and I just took a little smudge of the re-inker and put it on the bottle so I could tell just from looking at it that it was the right color. These are not color-coded. So that's what I did with those. And as I was saying before, this is the brand new Betterpress of the Month Poinsettia frame. This is for July. Just came out. I literally just got it in the mail 2 days ago. And so I'm showing you guys this live. I have not used it yet. But the first thing we're going to do with it is we're going to foil with it. Why? Because we are foiling snobs. So if you are not interested in doing the letterpress part, you can still order this and use it for hot foiling. Yeah, Melissa, stay in the house and do some crafting. Try to make your Christmas cards. All right, so while that's cooling down, I'm also going to take the sentiment out. I don't have my tweezers on me. And I'm going to do the matte gold foil. So this way we can see it with and without the sentiment. I like that versatility. I don't like that everything's always in one big thing. I like that they separated that. So I can use that sentiment for something else. Okay, so we're doing matte gold. We're going to let this cool down. And foiled okay. I have a little under foiling here. And I think these plates are a little thinner. But that doesn't look too bad, actually. Let me... dirty eraser, dirty eraser, dirty trick. That's better. You know when you have a dirty eraser and then that ink smears everything? Yeah, that's what it just did. All right. That's my fault. All right, but it cleaned up pretty good. There you can see it hot foiled. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. All right, let's see what it looks like in the matte gold. that one through twice. Hopefully it didn't shift my plate too much. I'm going to take this guy off. I wanted to do the foiling so I could get it out of the way so you guys could see it. And this is using the matte gold. And that came out really nice too. That is so pretty, so classic looking, isn't it? That came out really good. Running it through twice came out better than the other one. But very pretty. So yes, remember that these plates can be foiled. So if you have the hot foiling system. And yes, I've had a lot of questions about the Go Press and Foil. I will be experimenting with that and hopefully have some videos for you guys this weekend. Beautiful. I love it both ways. Okay, now let's get into its intended purpose, which is the Betterpress. So if you watched my previous video, I put a piece of sticky grid in mine. This is a Sizzix product. And I do have my shims underneath, all 3 shims underneath. My magnetic platform sits on top there. And I'm going to do the center, and we're going to ink that up before, or sorry, the frame. We're going to ink that up before we put our sentiment in there. And I just realized there's no green. I guess I got to make green, huh? We're going to make green. So someone asked me before about mixing inks. I'm never afraid to mix inks because you can just take a paper towel and clean up your ink pad. It's not going to hurt it. So this is the saffron, which is kind of a golden yellow. And I want this to be green. So I'm going to go in with this. Maybe I should have did that in mulberry and did the sentiment in green. Too late now. And remember, you can use any inks that you have. You can also use sponge daubers. You can use a brayer. Do not limit your own imagination. Come up with techniques that you can use a sponge dauber and you can wipe off some of this ink. You can add multicolors of ink. There's a whole bunch of things you can do here. And then I'm going to use the Cosmic Sky, which is the darker blue. These are the Regal tones, I think that's what they're calling them. And I'm going to stamp that right over it. Okay. So I did saffron first because that's my lighter color. And then I'm taking my Cosmic Sky, which is a darker blue, and putting that right over it because I want this to be mixed and I want it to look green. We should get a dark green out of this. And then I'm going to put my sentiment inside. And actually, no, I'm not. Hold on, I'm changing my mind here. Just because I don't want any ink transfer. Oh, man. Oh, man, it's really stuck on there now. I need my magnetic tool. Hold on. Okay, success. All right, now I'm going to use some of my Betterpress 118-pound porcelain colored paper. Yeah, we've had a lot of rain here too. My grass looks like a jungle out there. Okay, I'm going to stick that on my sticky grid. All right, so we're just doing the out. Oh! I didn't ink it. We're good. We're just doing the outside. This is why you guys enjoy watching me live. I'm so entertaining. All right. We're going to run this through our platinum. I did show that this works perfectly fine in a big kick. So if you have a big shot, big kick, it should work fine. You'll want to check Spellbinders' website for what the approved machines are. There it is, green. Very green. Okay, now I'm going to clean this up. Ooh, that's a nice dark green too. And I'm going to add the sentiment in the middle, and we'll do the sentiment in dark red. And I just like to use a microfiber towel and some stamp cleaner, just like I do when I'm cleaning my stamps. Okay, you might have a little bit of staining on your magnetic plate there. That's not going to hurt anything. It's fine. These are specialty formulated inks so that they stick to the metal and don't bead up. I've used some other ink pads and haven't had any problems. I think if you use like pigment ink pads, those work better than dye ink pads. The only ink I would not recommend is regular distress ink. Regular distress ink is not designed for stamping. It beads up. It's designed for techniques. But I think distress oxides work fine. VersaFine Claire inks work fine. So just try what you have in your stash. All right, so now I'm going to add my sentiment in the center here. And I'm going to stamp that in mulberry, which is like a deep, dark, kind of maroonish color. It's like a wine red, actually. All right, and then the one thing I did learn that if you have any ink on the outside there, you do want to wipe that up, because it may smear onto your paper. All right. Okay, let's try this. And if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, it's Nancy Stamps 15 on Instagram. I have pictures of my bathroom refresh and kitchen redo that I've been doing. I know I've been talking a lot about it, but I've been posting the pictures on Instagram, so I would love for you guys to go over there and follow me. It's Nancy Stamps 15. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And then you can color it in any color you want, but I want to see it in red, and I just bought myself some new red inks to try. So we're going to try all of this. We're going to do one pass all in red and see how it comes out. This came out pretty good. Look at that green. Now I can color this in. I can leave it the way that it is. That looks great. All right, so I'm just wiping all my ink down. I'm going to put my plate back on there. And I'm going to put the Merry Christmas on. We're going to do this all in one pass. Thanks, Melissa. Okay, and I just bought some Gina K red inks. I've been looking for, I don't know, just been experimenting with red inks. These kind of look orangey red. So let's see here. What do we got here? Cherry red and red velvet. Let's start with red velvet. We'll see how these look. Thanks, Alyssa. It's been a lot of work. I mean, it's been my son and his father have been working on it like on weekends and, you know, when they can find free time in between their jobs. So when I go to work and I come home and I see, oh, the tile's up or the grout's up or the, you know, the appliances are in. Like yesterday, I was like a giddy schoolgirl when he was like putting all my appliances in, and I couldn't wait to get home because he's like sending me pictures. So it's like 90% done. We still have to do, oh, these are shut. We have a new ceiling fan going in, and then there's a countertop over to the right. I don't know if you can see it in the pictures, but we added an extra countertop and storage because, you know, I have me and my mom in my house, so my mom brings a lot of her own cooking supplies, so it's like 2 households in that kitchen. So it was nice having that extra space and being able to put everything underneath there. Okay, this is, I'm trying Gina K Red Velvet ink on this. And I'm just going to do the whole thing in this. I will say I do think the smaller ink pads make it easier to ink up. Also, you can try doing re-inkers and a brayer, putting re-inkers on like a glass mat and then brayering through it. That's something else you can try. And I'll be doing some more experiments with this as we go through. You can also try using other papers if you have handmade papers, mulberry papers, other companies. You can definitely try them. I'm just going to scooch this down a little bit there. All right, let's try this. In the first video I did show some different ink companies. So you want to make sure, if you're not already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm very close to 30,000. I will have a giveaway. And I'm going to say that the way my plate just kicked itself up and it made that awful click noise at the end, that I probably am too thick, and I'm going to remove a couple of my shims. But wow, that looks amazing. So yeah, we have a little bit of bleeding of the ink right here, but that's okay. It's not anything most people are going to notice. Okay. I'm going to remove a couple of my shims here because it made like it's stuck its tail up when it was running through the machine. So I'm going to take my shims out. I don't think that I need them. And let's try that again and see how we get. So here we are using the Betterpress ink and kind of mixing them. So we got a green, and here we are just using all one color ink, and this was using the Gina K ink. And there is a little kind of spidering with this ink, but again, I don't think most people will notice. The Betterpress ink does seem to be more crisp is what I've noticed. So let me try to hold this close up so you guys can see what I mean. Okay, so look at the... Look at the veining here in these leaves, and then look here. And can you see it here? So this is the Betterpress ink. You can just see that it's crisper. It stays in the lines. There's no bleeding. There's no feathering. That's the word I'm looking for. Feathering. So when we're using other ink companies, and again, I have this right up to your face before you're going to notice it, but we have feathering with these other ink companies. So just want you to be aware of that. This Betterpress ink, I know everybody's like, well, it's just like archival ink. It isn't. It is specially formulated to be more crisp so that you don't have that feathering. And you really notice it here on the sentiment. See, look here. So can you use other inks? Yeah, they work fine, but these inks are definitely much more crisp. That is the best way I can explain it. Yes, and I will put different links for you guys for different companies. I know the Betterpress is pretty much sold out everywhere, but I have found a couple companies that do have them. And the plate that I'm using, again, this plate and sentiment are the Betterpress of the month. So this hasn't been launched yet. Today is the July 1st. If you want to sign up, you can sign up today as an existing club member. And if you are not an existing Spellbinders club member, you'll have to wait until the 6th. So put a little notation in your calendar to wait until the 6th. And I already showed, if you're just joining, I foiled them first. So even if you're not into letterpress, you can join and use this in your Glimmer machine and hot foil this plate, which is the first thing. Hello, Rain. Rain says they found the same results with the ink, that the Betterpress inks are better. And I've been playing with them, and I did notice that it's not a huge difference. I mean, obviously, if you need a red ink, go grab one of your red inks. But I have noticed these inks, exactly what they said is they worked with Ranger to come up with a formula that was a little more thick, more inky, like Betterpress ink back in the day, so that you get better coverage. It is a clearer, crisper image. And I'm going to try the Brayer method for you guys so you can see that. Okay, so I have everything lined up. Let me put my paper. Someone asked, why don't I just put sticky grid in the corners? Because the sticky grid is, number one, giving me full adhesion on the whole thing. And it gets less sticky the more you use it. But number two, I didn't want any of my edges to be different thickness. So this is, you know, it's a double-sided sticky tape. So if I just put it in the corner, I was afraid that there would be a thickness there and you would see an edge. So that's why I did a whole sheet. And these will last quite a few prints before it needs to be removed. I use them in my Misty all the time. And for me, it just makes it easier instead of having to tape everything. It's just been, for me, a lot easier. But it does make your sandwich a little thicker, just slightly thicker, so you might have to remove some of those shims like I did because of that extra thickness we're adding on there. Okay, let's try this Brayer method. And I will do another video shorter, just showing the basics of it. Okay, so I have a rubber brayer here. And just going to take some of, let's just do black. No, let's not do black. Yeah, let's do black. So this is the black Letterpress ink re-inker. And I'm just going to put a little bit across my glass mat here. Okay, so this is a very viscous, thick ink. Then I'm going to take my brayer and I'm going to lift and roll and just try to get it on my brayer. Okay, now I'm going to roll that across. And this is for folks that are having a problem with getting kind of even looks. Maybe you have like a bigger ink pad and you're just not getting that. You want it more even. That's what the brayer is for. And this is traditionally how they do it in the letterpress system. Now, just a reminder, this ink may stain whatever surface you're doing that on. So just be careful. This is designed to be a very thick, viscous ink, so it's going to stain. Okay, let's see how that works out. I think I have it pretty even on everything. And my paper just fell off. Okay, I didn't get any ink down. Let's try sticking that down again. It might be time to change my sticky grid. I have been using this during all my experiments. Okay. Yeah, I think they are going to come out with more inks. The fact that they came out with the Betterpress of the Month Club tells me that they have more designs in the works. Okay, taking those shims out made it a lot easier rolling through. I didn't have any what I call, you know, the tail, the end of it didn't flip up. It wasn't this hard click at the end. If you have any of those issues, that's too much pressure in your machine. And look at how beautifully that ink brayered on there. Okay, So again, you can brayer your ink on. You can use other manufacturers' inks. You can mix your ink colors. And last but not least, you can also foil with this plate. And you can use it with or without the sentiment. Okay, so hopefully you see the versatility in the Betterpress of the Month Club. I will have the links down below in the description for you. Make sure you check out my other videos that I did with the Wax Seal of the Month Club. That's going to give you a wax seal and a bag of wax beads, 100 wax beads. I did the Glimmer of the Month, and I also did the 3D embossing folder of the month. So those are the club kits that I'm a part of. Definitely check them out. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you had fun watching me, please give me a thumbs up. And if you could do me a favor and please subscribe. I'm very close to 30,000 and I'd like to do some giveaways. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.